It's like, okay, I want to leave or you stay, this is a very interesting topic.
Yeah. I have a little bit of an outline and then we can always modify, but I was going to ask you about, maybe I'll do it like this. I kind of want to get an idea of, because there's three of us. I did have Tammy, which she may come, but I'm thinking, and Brother Parker didn't respond. So it's okay because I want to kind of see, Eric is kind of he's a therapist, but he's also, and I feel like you're also would be pretty good at this. He can kind of act out the sons, or I could just do that because it's going to be like preaching from the parable, and there's going to be like lines for that, and I'll kind of share with you the lines that we have, so you guys get a first preview of kind of what it'll look like.
Yeah.
And so, and then we'll bounce like from the third. What is it when you talk to the audience? Is it breaking the third wall or the fourth wall?
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Deadpool did it all the time.
Oh yeah, he did. That's right. Yeah, that's a perfect example. And so we're gonna be kind of like, it's gonna be like parable sermon, and then pause, and then we're gonna go into like, it's almost like the first son sits down with the therapist. You know,
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to kind of like mirror that right now. And
I could pull that off so well. I have both kids. Like, I can have one be like, this isn't fair.
Yeah. That's
like, why is it that I worked so hard and I get nothing?
Yeah.
And
the title is supposed to be Healing Me, but I have a hard time talking about myself. So I'm thinking about just kind of peeking my head through the sons. I don't know which son I am. So maybe you can diagnose me in a way to see which one I am. They say you can vacillate some, so that's also.
I don't know what you were like when you were younger, so that'd be hard because we're definitely not the same people in our 40s as we are in our.
That's so true. So we'll explore that. I'm going to pull up the little script. That
I think there needs to be a third son.
Tell me about this third son.
This third son is kind of a mixture of both, where they don't fully leave, but they're on the outskirts of all of the things of kind of breaking the rules, but not fully. Yeah. They're still staying home, but they're not really listening to their dad.
Yeah, no, that's good. Man, there's so much. Yeah, that's, I wonder. We may have to have another son show up. We might
wait, who's this?
Right, who are you? Didn't know about this son.
I'm the third son nobody talks about.
They don't talk about, what's that guy in that movie? They don't talk about
Bruno,
that's what it is. Yeah, that's the one that lives in the walls.
We don't talk about Bruno.
That was pretty good. Okay, so here is the script thing I had, and we'll start the music up here. So we were having a conversation. You are hydrating this morning, which I think is very commendable.
Try to anyway, like, even though they say, okay, I don't have ADHD. I have it by proxy, I think, because of...
By proxy? Ooh, what's this?
It's when you've lived with it so long, you just have learned behaviors from it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, that's good.
But one of the things they say is usually there's all over TikTok, like TikTok doctor, that's really annoying. But they're like, oh yeah, I have this too. I'm like, have you been to an actual person that's diagnosable, like a master's level practitioner? Have you? Well, no, I just saw it on this and I have the same thing.
It's amazing. The self-diagnosing age is real.
It's real. There's always been people that have had it. Hypochondria. That's the name it used to be.
That's the name it used to be.
Now it's like, oh yeah, well, this has it. I'm like, you do realize you can have symptoms of a lot of things and not actually have the diagnosis.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
They said if you have multiple drinks, then that could be a symptom of ADHD. I was like, okay, they want to change it up. I was like, well, I need hydration and I need caffeine. I just haven't had that part today.
That's right. This is only just a portion of that. Okay, so I didn't give you the other side of the script, but I was going to kind of walk you through it. And then for those of you who want to watch, it'll be live streamed on Sabbath. It's always different in front of people than it is.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, listen, like, I think that
you can't edit in person.
That's right. That's exactly right. Okay, here we go. Let's start this thing up. This one here. There we go. Hello. I am Pastor Fred here.
And this is Julie.
And we're here with
Mind, Manna,
and the Maker. And welcome back, as we are about to embark upon a very exciting episode, because We're actually going to be doing this as a sermon. I'm preaching this next Sabbath, this Sabbath coming up, and it's over the two sons, the parable of the two sons. And so I wanted to start off. It's going to be kind of difficult to bounce between the third wall or the fourth wall, the therapists and the sons, and then the preacher. But let's go through this thing and see what it looks like. If you haven't heard the story, we could actually read it to you. It is found in the Bible, actually. So
I was like, yeah.
in Luke chapter 15. And I'll just pull that up. Luke chapter 15.
Oh, yeah. While he's doing that, we have a new setup.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah. What do you think? Put some stars or
thumbs up. I don't know. It's YouTube. I don't know what they do.
Whatever you guys do on YouTube. I don't on Spotify as well.
Oh, yeah.
They can do some
reactions.
Do some reaction. Let us know. It's kind of cool. In Spotify, you can actually have answer. You can put your thoughts in there. You can do the polls and stuff like that. So I might put a poll in for this to see if you prefer
this one
setup
or back at the table
over there on that side. But what is it that you love so much about this? I mean, it still has some work to be done.
Yeah, we still got to. I mean, we wanted more I wanted more relaxing. Yeah. He's not super relaxed based on this yet.
Well, I feel better. I like the cushion, It's funny. I think we both were just kind of, because that's what people do. They sit in a desk and I think subconsciously you're just kind of and then when you change it up, it's real nice.
Yeah.
It's real nice. So you just kind of adapt is what I'm saying. But so Luke chapter 15 with our new setup here, the prodigal son. And there's a book that Pastor Jean has been reading during our staff meetings, and it's by Timothy Keller.
Okay.
Yeah, and he writes about the two sons, and we usually focus on the prodigal and his return, and that's always going to be powerful in my mind. But then you have the one that stayed.
Yeah.
And then he talks about both being, quote, lost.
Yeah.
Which I never considered that. And so
I think, yes, because I think that is, though, I mean, in church-wise, you have the people that have been there their whole life, stayed, but they're just sitting in a pew. They're just a body in a pew. And then someone that has maybe grown up or started, left, I mean, just tried everything under the sun, be like, this is not where I want to be. This isn't where I belong, and come back and they have a different perspective. Or someone that's never been and they fully come to the church for the first time, and just the difference that experience can make. Some people don't need it, but some people do.
I think so. And I like that you mentioned there's more than two sons.
Yeah, I think there should be a third son.
Yeah, we need a third son. There might be, it's extra biblical, but we might run with it. So yeah. Hey, what about this? Oh, this might work. Let's try this.
They're flexible.
They are. Okay, we'll try that. So here it is. Listen to this, or not this, to this. So Jesus continues. He says, there was this man. He's telling a story. And it's amazing how stories help to suspend judgment and how we're wired for story.
Yeah.
You start telling a story and your mind is just, you're locked in.
You're trying to picture it. You're trying to imagine, I wonder what it would smell like. It'd be like dirt or dust, or when you're hungry and your stomach's growling and you can't listen to the story because you just can think about food.
That's a thing. That is a thing. My goodness. And so when you're hearing these stories, your mind is, like you said, you're picturing the smells, the tastes, the touch. And the whole time you're kind of putting yourself in yourself.
Yeah.
And you're kind of feeling, I don't know why we do that.
That's how we relate.
Yeah. We vicariously relate through the story. So Jesus says there was a man who had two sons. The younger one says to his father, "Father," and I don't know why they have a British accent. I don't think that's right. To those of you,
Hebrew or wherever.
I know.
Yeah. Keep going though. It's great.
Doesn't the Chosen do that?
I don't think they're supposed to be British though.
They seem British too.
Some of them.
Oh no, they're not. They're not. There's another one I watched that they had a British accent, and I was like, "What is going on here?"
I mean, BBC shows do Bible stuff too.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's the reason why I was confused until right now.
I mean, it sounded more like Timmy from Scrooge, or The Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
That was good. I'll take it. I'll take whatever.
Father, give me some food.
Yeah. More food. Give me some food. Yeah. That's perfect. That's perfect. So he says to him, the younger son says, Father, give me my share of the estate. And I feel like he was a little more aggressive.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, secondborns, hello.
Right. Yeah.
They're a little bit like, hey, I want this now.
I want it now.
I deserve this.
So this we can already, we talked about identifying. There's people in my life that I can think of that want it now, me want it now. Yeah, give me a share of my estate.
Do it in Jamaican accent.
Let's see. This actually, let's see, watch this. There's actually, for those of you who don't know, there's actually the Jamaican version of the Bible. And I read it, actually. I love it. It helps me to brush up on my patois. So watch this. I'm going to find it for you. It's Jamaican. Let's see. Do they not have it here? Oh,
it's going to be sad. Now you're going to have to actually do it yourself.
I know. And I kind of can. I really can. But I know what I'll do. Jamaican Bible version. Bible Gateway. I can't believe you're having me do this. This is... It's actually in Bible.com, but let's see. I don't think. Oh yeah, let's go to Bible.com. It's called JNT, and we said Luke 15, and it's verses 11 through 32. Let's see here. It was supposed to be here. Let's see. I know what I have to do. Matthew, Mark, Luke 15. We'll start at verse 11, and this is for you. And all of you out there. Then Jesus said, one man did have two boy picnic.
I wouldn't understand that at all.
Well, and it's funny because a lot of it's such a mix, but there is parts that it's just English. It's like one man did have two boy picnics.
Boy picked.
Yeah. Well, picnic is child. That's a whole other language. Yeah. But I feel like your ears pick up pretty well on the details. So you're not far. So one man of two boy picnic. The little one says to his father, Daddy, give me for me part of oh man. Daddy, give me for me part of where you have me for me.
Okay,
man, wow.
Give me what you have for me.
Yeah. That's a lot. Give me for me part of where you have for me.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the part that you have for me.
Asking for his inheritance.
Yeah. So the father share up all the way of between the two of them.
Both of his sons.
So did he give him his, or did he hold his brothers? I didn't think about that.
So, okay, from my understanding, in the Prodigal Son, he halved everything.
Yeah.
And he gave, so I'm guessing he sold half of what he owned and gave the money to the second son, and then he kept everything else for the first one. So, because he says at the end, like, everything I have is yours.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible. I appreciate that. I always just thought about him just giving his portion, but the way they do it here in Patois makes it sound like he gave to both of them. So he does share up, which is split up, share up all the way between the two of them. And so little after that, the little one take all the way go a foreign and waste him money. I live wild.
Yeah.
And wild living, So see, your ears are picking up this stuff really good. After him spend off everything of starvation come upon the whole country, and things did bad with him. Things got bad. Him go work for one man in the country.
How do you say pigs?
Oh, that's good. Let's see. Let's see. That's a good question. Country, the man send him for go feed him hogs. Wow, her ears really thick. I don't know. I didn't even know what it was. I was like, og, but it's A-G, og. It's hog. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I need to brush up on my patois. Mom, help me. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the Ogdem for the country and the man sent him for go feed him, but nobody give him nothing.
They didn't give him anything. Nothing.
Nothing. So yeah, he's eating the hog's food is what he's doing. I don't even
all
know.
the scraps and the decay of all the things that were other people's first.
I mean, his gut health must have been on point after this meal.
I mean,
or it made him sick.
Probably both.
Yeah. So you imagine, you got to get fresh. You know, if they're dumping stuff, you got to just take it out, get first dibs, and then feed the hogs. But that's gross. That's, man. Then him catch himself and say, but the man them will work for my father have more food than what them can. And me are dead for hungry. So I'm over here messing around with these pigs.
I'm going to die.
And I'm going to die.
Why am I here?
Why am I here?
I could work for my father.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, you know, the position of that whole thing. So there's the beginning, right? And so what I was going to do is like read the part of it, and then I was going to get kind of like into the place where I don't know if the son should be dressed up. Or
at
like,
first.
Yeah. Or just, I don't know if it should be me breaking into the two or have Eric be the son. I don't know. We'll see.
You have to ask him.
Eric, if you're watching, this is, you know, we got to figure this out. And he's coming actually.
This Saturday.
Yeah. He's going to be there Friday night. And
okay.
So I'll get to probably
I'll
probably send him this episode to listen to, and then we'll get to chat some, see what position he'd like to do. So here we are. So now you have it in patois, rare form here, guys. So give it up for Julie here.
Not for Fred.
No, for
Pastor
you
Fred.
for bringing this out, because that was not going to happen. So here we are. So he squanders his wealth. Famine. No one gave him anything. And in the book, Keller says that the far country isn't always a place on the map. He says sometimes it's a strategy for self-salvation. So we have the therapy talk. And so if you are a therapist,
which I am,
you are, so that worked out perfect. And you're sitting down, how could you start a session with me? How do you start a session?
So if we come in, I'm like, hey, did you have any questions on the intake paperwork?
Oh, okay.
Because there's a lot. I'm like, I'm a mandated reporter. These are the things I'd have to report. These are things I wouldn't, but I would encourage you to report. So we kind of go over that. I go over cancellation policy. Please tell me if you're not going to show up.
Wow, these are good preliminaries. Yeah.
I mean, because I don't get paid if I don't see people. It's not a W-2 job for me. And so for that, but ultimately I'm like, okay, tell me what brought you in today. What is going on in your life right now that was like, I need to talk to somebody?
Oh, that's a great opening question. What brought you in today? Okay, I would say as the first son, I feel, I wonder at which point I'm at when I'm wanting to leave father and then the point when I'm wanting to return. So I'm going to start off with leaving dad. I'm dealing with a lot with family right now. And it's tough living with my dad and my older brother. And I feel choked out.
Sounds like there's a lot of expectations.
Oh, expectations. Yeah, there is. I feel like being my dad's son, I don't feel like he's forcing me, but I just feel like it's at a standard that I don't feel like I can maintain, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit much. I get overwhelmed and maybe I don't feel like I can say anything. So yeah, it's tough. I'm ready to leave is what I'm saying. I want to get out of there.
So it sounds like you kind of want to explore being your own person.
I do. Yeah, I do. And, my older brother, he's always been the older brother. And he's just like...
He does everything right?
Yeah, does everything right. And I'm just like...
Do you think he would see it that way?
I don't know. I didn't think about that. I don't know. He just does it. He just does what's the right thing, regardless of what I almost don't even know what he would feel or think. He just does it. So,
without question.
Without question, yeah.
But you want to question.
I want to question. I feel like we should be able to question.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I want to question?
No, I don't think so. But it depends on how you question.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I guess I should tell you this next part. Sort of, kind of.
I mean, that's why we're in therapy. So.
I appreciate it. So maybe I should fill out the forms you told me to. Okay, I rebelled against that too, and so I didn't do it. Okay, there's the signature. Fine, this is getting somewhere here for me. So I kind of sort of told Dad that I'm out.
Okay, so what does that look like?
So I said, "Hey, Dad, I'm leaving, and I want what's mine."
What is yours?
That's a good question. I want my inheritance. I mean,
Okay.
I want my inheritance. And so he did it. He went and I don't know what he did, what he sold, but I got the bag or the check. I don't know what form
Cashier's check?
Cashier's check from my dad. And actually, this is right before I leave. I've already got my luggage is actually out on the camel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very short therapy journey.
Yeah. On my way back, I might catch up with you in session 2 because I think we signed up for at least 2 sessions. But no, I'm done. I want to leave, and I want to do it my way. Okay. Is what I want to do. So I don't know. I can't say I hate my dad. But I guess it probably, and then I could pause there probably and be like, that's what it looks like. You know,
and
it looks like he's saying
the rest is history.
Yeah. It is history. Yeah. Look at that. That was good. Yeah. But it's almost like saying, I wish you were dead in a way or like
yeah. Cause if you want your inheritance, usually that only comes after you die.
Yeah. It's horrible. This is a horrible story. And so
it's a sad story.
Yeah.
But I think when you look at it, I mean, it just goes to show, kids by nature, when we're born, we're very selfish.
Yeah.
We have no voice except to cry when something's going wrong.
That's true.
And so we get everything met for us. And so we then have to be kind of shifted out of that to say, hey, it's not actually all about you.
Yeah. Oh, all about me. Son number 1 hangs his head. It's like, yeah, all about me. So it's not, I like what you said. It's not bad. It's not necessarily bad. It depends on how you ask. And the way I asked, apparently it was horrible. Give me now.
And be like, I want this now because I don't want to go work in the fields to keep our farm alive. I want to go spend it.
Yeah. That's incredible. So here we are, and we get out there, and then circumstance happens. There's hunger and this thought that maybe I was wrong.
It's interesting, though, because there's more than just circumstances. There are choices connected to this.
Okay, so pray tell. What do you? I don't understand. I don't know what you're saying.
So it sounds like. So imagine you're coming back through, and you're like, I'm like, wow, you look a little different than the last time I saw you.
Well, I haven't had a shower. Okay. I hope my smell.
That explains a lot.
You smell me is what you're saying. Now,
I do have a pretty good nose.
Well, I like the way you stated that. You're like, that would explain. You didn't quite say. I don't know if the client, you just kind of say, okay.
I usually wouldn't point it out until a client does. Honestly, I'm like, oh, okay. Especially if it's teenage one. I'm like, oh, that does explain a lot.
Great. I feel great. So yeah, it's been a while. My beard has grown out. I haven't had a shower. I kind of ran out of money.
So it sounds like you made some choices.
I did. And I don't know how I'm going to pay you the second round.
I might just do this one pro bono.
I really appreciate that. Yeah. So I did make some choices. So in the story here.
So what's the consequence of those choices?
So the consequences of those choices, well, I didn't go intentionally trying to party, but there was lots of partying. Okay. Because I got a space, I got a room, I got, friends that I thought were friends, and they were there as long as the
money was there,
the new wine was pouring, and the money was there.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, I came on hard times, and they came over. We were gonna have another party, and they were like, "Okay, what are you gonna do?" And I was like, "Well, I'm out of money, so could one of you guys?" And they're like, "Yeah." None of them show up.
So they ghosted you.
That is a 2026 raise. Is there? I received that though, because that's exactly what happened.
I think it's probably more 2025.
Oh, is it 25? Yeah, no, absolutely. 2025. I don't know what it would have been back then. I like cameled them. I don't know, like, but they left. They did not show up ever again. They left. And so they ghosted me. They ghosted me, and here I am. Like, I laid around in my flat. The guy wanted rent.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I was so down because I was like, surely my friends will be there for me. nothing, nowhere to be found.
That would have been hard.
Yeah. And so I have to leave, and I'm just like, now I'm looking for work and I don't have a place to stay.
Okay.
And I find this farmer guy, and I literally have to beg him for this job.
No.
And it's the hogs.
Wow.
Yeah. And hogs are peculiar creatures.
Did your father ever have jobs this bad?
Oh, this is a good question. He did have things to do, but it was different. Yeah, it was very different. I felt like when I was taking care of the hogs over there, I think he had hogs. Did he have hogs?
I would guess so. He's a farmer.
He's got to have. Yeah,
I don't know.
Dad's hogs. I didn't want to do it,
But they were cared for, maybe.
Yeah,
A little better than those ones.
yeah. And I felt like, because I was actually eating the hog's food.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this guy. So that
You must have been really hungry.
I was, and it's not as bad as you think.
Okay.
I guarantee you, it's not.
I will take your word for that.
You're not going to try it, huh?
I think I'll pass. I'm pretty adventurous, but I think I'll pass on that one.
They say don't knock it till you try it, but I don't know if that's.
They also say a lot of things taste like chicken, and I don't trust that.
You're right. Why do they do that? They say frog legs, rabbit.
I've not tried any of those.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Which one did you try?
The frog legs.
I would say that sounds that's definitely like Louisiana South.
Yeah.
So.
And also Asian. Strangely, I saw them and I didn't know. And I said,
so what do they taste like?
They do taste like chicken.
Okay.
They do. But because when you know, you just know.
Ribbit. No,
Yeah.
I can't.
She even gave you the sound. It was fantastic. Yeah.
My dad used to do that all the time when we'd
really?
eat something and he'd make the sound of whatever.
Of whatever it is.
Especially if it was meat.
That's one way to keep you, keep it in your front of your mind.
This used to be alive.
This is what you're doing. Yeah, this is Merle. That's fantastic. Oh, so, it was the hogs, the same hogs, different circumstance. I felt like, yes, I was whining and complaining. I didn't want to do it. I was like, there's got to be a better way. Why do I have to take care of the hogs, get up at 5 a.m? I hate it. I hate farming. But now in this context, I'm actually eating from the trough. At least I would get to go to breakfast.
Yeah.
And then, rest
then
up
you'd already be full by the time you went to work.
Exactly. But in this case, I'm like between starvation, doing my job, and fighting the hogs for
Sounds
their
like
food.
The original situation wasn't as bad as you originally thought.
And that's what I came up with. That's why I'm back here today. You're right. I was sitting there and then I was thinking to myself, maybe this isn't a good idea. Like maybe my dad won't take me back. I don't know he may. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today, this session. I don't know what to say. I'm thinking, I've been rehearsing what I'm going to say to him. I'm like, maybe I could be your servant, or maybe I could,
Since you don't have an inheritance anymore, but you could work.
Right. Earn my keep, so to speak. What do you think? You think
I think a parent wants to know that their kids are safe.
That's a good point. I'm hearing what you're saying, but I might give him the script still.
Okay.
I might still give him the script, but you said this was pro bono, right? This session?
This one's on the house.
I appreciate that. So there's kind of like a dialogue, and there's hunger and this thought I hated. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was also hurt. And then I have one of the therapists, and it doesn't have to be verbatim, but what did shame sound like in your head? Is that something you guys usually
I talk about shame a lot in this session, but
so shame me. I mean, not like that, but shame.
So what might happen would be so I want to understand, is there a core belief that you have started to believe about yourself in this situation?
Yeah, because I want to think of it in my context, but also in this story. But could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
So shame is the understanding that we are bad to our core. And so in this situation, is there something that has either brought something up that's kind of identified something that you already feel really, really deeply bad about?
Yeah, I think it's the fact that what I said to Dad probably broke his heart. And I think it was saying something I didn't mean to. Pretty much die, Dad, dead dad, And so, I don't know. I think there's that. There's a part of me, yes, I'm hungry.
Sure.
Yeah, but I also
Self-preservation.
right the Maslow
Hierarchy. Yes,
okay,
good job.
yeah, that was from our previous
Yeah.
session, I think. So and
Food, safety, water. Yeah.
yeah,
All those things.
but on top of that, I'm like, I kind of miss, I think I took it for granted. I think I took for granted what Dad, even though he was sometimes annoying, about getting up at 5, 4, because when the sun comes out, you're not going to want to go out. Now I would beg for that. Now I'm willing to
Yeah.
work for that.
Sometimes we have to be taken out of our situation to see how good it was.
Wow, that was actually very good. That was stepping out of character. Okay, I'm back. Okay, no, you're right. I think you're right about that. Yeah, shame. Yeah, that's the part of it. That's the part of shame for me, is that I just feel like I hurt Dad. I think I hurt Dad so deeply. I don't think he wants me back.
But are you able to accept that in yourself to try to go back?
Wow. What would I have to do inside of here? I don't even know. I have to
I think it's
squelch
more here than here.
here. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, that is true. I think you're right. I think I'm shifting from here to here now. I think I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and see Dad. I'm going to see Dad.
I think that's a good choice.
All right. Well, thank you, man. This is great. Here, take some of these banana peels.
Thanks.
And I'm sure when I get back from working for Dad, I'll pay you. I know you said you'd do it pro bono, but
Maybe pass it on. Like
pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's this part here that says that shame doesn't usually shout; it rehearses. So as I'm walking back towards Dad, I'm like rehearsing, and I'm like,
I'm not good enough for this.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing this. All this, yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if there's moments where he's like, I'm gonna turn back.
I bet there was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, come on, first son. And so and famine moments often reveal what we were using instead of connection. I don't know what that says really.
Famine, what?
So it says, and famine moments often reveal what we were using instead of connection. So maybe or the thing that I was using that looked like a relationship. Well, I guess what I was getting from my dad, maybe.
Yeah. That was full connection. That was relational piece. And would a family member, would a true person stay with you if you have nothing?
Man.
Because your wine, money went bye-bye,
Yeah.
and so did those so-called friends. Famine hit, and they disappeared. There was no real connection.
Shoot. And he thought what he wanted was his way with just the resource. But the relationship with the resource, they go together. That's crazy. I just learned something new today. Man, yeah, it reveals instead of connection. I was going to say something else, but it'll come back to me. So then he came to his senses. He rehearses the speech. He plans repentance like a negotiation. And he's still trying to earn proximity. So he's trying to take the old way in his head. It's crazy how both sons were living with the dad, and the dad's intention was the resource in connection with the relationship. But for both of them, it seemed that there was something missing in both. Whereas for him, I don't know, was it that he just wanted the resource and not the relationship?
Or he didn't know that's what he wanted.
Right.
He thought, oh, you're holding me back from this whole extravagant life.
Yeah.
You're keeping me from this.
Yeah, you're keeping me from this.
And that's not fair. I don't want to be kept from this anymore. I want to go experience all this.
Yeah, I want to be free, whatever that is. Yeah, so now he's rehearsing the speech. If I say it right, maybe I won't get rejected.
That's where that shame really hits. Is that fear of rejection, that fear that I'm not going to be accepted because I'm a bad person. I make bad choices.
Man, so could that be in the real world, our world, what happens in the church?
Yeah.
And I guess when you define church, for those of you out there, the church, how would you define the church? Because we put it in quotations.
Yeah, I did. Because church, even you have the house, the office, the building that people go in and they sit in the chairs, the pews, and then they listen to the pastor, and that's a church. But a church can also mean a group of people. It can mean, a place of worship. It could be faith spaces, kind of what we've talked about. Church doesn't just mean one thing. But I think a lot of people, myself included, have been hurt by people of the church and the church. growing up. And I think a lot of people have.
Yeah. Would you give us a preview of that or
So, yeah, I think we've talked about it a little bit, but I was sexually abused by a kid that attended our church, and it didn't get addressed. And that's very common at that time. You don't really address things. You just kind of like, okay, I was taken out of it, thankfully, but it still happened. Right. There wasn't a lot of talk around it of, hey, this shouldn't have happened. There wasn't any we didn't make any reports type of things. That should have happened. That's something that now we are very much as a church family, very trained in. In youth groups, we're very trained in, hey, we got to have background checks, all of these things. Now, just because you have a clear background check doesn't mean you don't have skeletons hiding in your closet.
Very true. Very true.
So, but it's more on this needs to be told and this needs to be talked about. And because someone asked, and I think I did a YouTube thing. I don't remember, Chris Bergman.
Oh, yeah.
And so they had asked, and so I did tell my story that way too. Incredible. And because it's just because the church hurt me, someone in the church hurt me, I still know that's not God.
Wow.
That's not my father.
Wow. That's incredible. And I think that pivot is important and difficult to see, I guess, when you're from that vantage.
It
somebody
can.
in the church.
But one thing that I keep thinking is my siblings and I got into fights all the time. My parents aren't the ones that hurt me.
Yeah.
It's my sibling that did.
Sibling. Yeah, that's a good
Now,
example.
I might have blamed them.
Yeah.
You should have been a better parent and you should have known that this was going to happen. And
yeah, right. Yeah. No, that's true.
But we all have
incredible.
Choices.
We have free choices. Will. Yeah, free will and choices. Man, that's good stuff. So, yeah. So if I say it right, I won't be rejected. So even repentance feels like performance. And when I think of I guess church hurt as we pause in the first son, for me, hurt from the church community, there's the most common church hurt that I hear of is kind of somebody goes to a church, they feel judged or seen a certain way, and then they
don't feel accepted.
Yeah, they don't feel accepted. And some of it also is for me, it was maybe partially about that, but also acceptance of myself, which I don't know if that's a thing or what that's called, but yeah, doing that and seeing yourself a certain way and then causing that to be the thing that kind of ushers you away or out. I don't feel like it was church, let's see, in this scenario, the church, is the church the dad in the story?
I think it would be God.
God, yeah. The perception of God, like you said.
I think the church, in my mind, would have probably been like the farm, because it's you have to go through the church to get to God. You don't actually, but I think in this case it was you go to.
It's a space for.
Yes, you wake up and you're like, man, I don't want to go to church today. Yeah. I'm too tired. Yeah. I have done this too many times.
Me too.
Granted, over the last month, it's been sickness and kid stuff, but it's okay, we don't go to church we need to go to church to learn, yes, about God's love, but we have to realize that the person at the pulpit.
I'll take it. We can do whatever we want.
Pupil.
Pulpit.
So the pulpit is human too.
And, that's good. That's wonderful.
And I think we forget that. While, yes, you and I've talked about pastors, and even myself as a therapist, as a Pathfinder leader, we are held a little bit at a higher caliber probably.
Indeed.
Because they expect, hey, you're not going to be hurting kids. Right. You're not going to be doing this. No, we shouldn't be doing that. But we also, and that's the piece is I very much believe this. And I think this is where the prodigal son also was starting to have self-awareness. We need to have self-awareness of how we're impacting those around us.
Okay, self-awareness. Wow. So you said with the prodigal son, you said self-awareness. You're talking about of the first son?
No, I'm even talking about the second. I don't think the first son had self-awareness.
Yeah, he did not.
Even through this whole thing, I think he was just following rules. He was the rule follower of the church, but he wasn't actually in it.
Good point.
So the second son, he was in it because he had to be, but then he's just you know what? I'm going to try this on my own because this just doesn't fit me right now. The father's okay, well, that's going to hurt my heart, but I still love you. So here's your blessing.
Your blessing. Wow. Whew. the blessing given on choice that he made. So yeah, how many of us practice kind of like the rehearsal of repentance? We're about to enter into that first son, but how many of us practice prayers that sound like resumes? So here it is. I'm going to give you the rest of this in patois. Here we go, just for you. Let's see. So then him catch himself and say, both the man them will work for my father have more food than with them can yam, and me they are dead for hungry. Me go of my father go tell him say, Daddy, Jen's against God, and me do you wrong too. Me no good for be your picnic again.
So I'm not good to be your son again.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow,
But
you're about to go to Jamaica. Actually, that's not a very good vacation spot. No shade to my people. You have to go to the country. That's really, and I know they're against street food because they say it gives you diarrhea, but it's not always the case.
it's because you don't have the bacteria you need to.
Right.
It's like your body's not used to it.
Yeah, so you got to ramp up, okay? Ramp up and get that bacteria. Enjoy the street food. Go to somewhere in the country because or either go super country or go super tourist, where you're just
sandals in Jamaica.
Right. You're just in walls and you just, I don't know. You could do that here, I guess. I don't know. I guess the people working there, you'll get some exposure, but yeah. So him get up and go. I'm father. Him did still far from him yard when him father see him from feel sorry for him. Him father run go him up and kiss him. So he
saw him from afar and just started running as fast as he could. I'm just thinking he's older, so he's like limping maybe a little bit, but he's probably still pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. And they say that the patriarch, this is, I don't know if this is Hebrew study or people that study, scholar people, that he hiked up his garments and ran, which is it's a sign of like weakness. I don't know if it's weakness, but like
I think it means
subserve, or I don't know what it is. I don't know the word.
Because I think servants had higher garments, and the longer they are, just your status.
Yeah, status. And so it was kind of a thing of shame where he should have been approaching him and getting on his knees. And so he hikes up, he runs to him, hugs him, kisses him. He takes off his, let's see here.
His ring.
Yeah.
Signet ring.
Yes. Yeah, his signet ring. The picnic said to him, Father, Daddy, wrong against God and me do wrong to you. And me no good for be your picnic again. But the father, him servant say, Mickey's. Mickey's, I don't know what that is. Mickey's carry the best. Guys, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Guys, give me a second. I'll come back with that. Carry the best clothes. Come put on him.
So he's telling his servants, go get clean clothes, and let's get him fixed up.
Yes. Put one ring upon him finger and shoes upon him foot. Bring the calf when me fatten come kill it. No, that's crazy. The fatted calf. I wonder if when they fatted the calf, if it was for a particular event.
Probably like a yearly, like, you know how I think a lot of times when they would have like the end of year harvest, they would have like a feast to like say, wow, you guys worked really hard and
that's good.
I appreciate all of this, and like you feed everyone. That's and good. Then you have all of the store for the fall and winter.
I never thought of that. Yeah, so there would always be the process of fatting a calf for those occasions, and so that calf was supposed to be for that occasion, ended up being for him apparently. So he says, "Me picnic did dead, but him come back alive. Did lost, but him get him back. But me get him back." So them start for dancing
around. We're having a party now.
The bigger boy picnic did the grung. I don't know. When enrich, man, this
So
is
he's
a lot.
talking about the older son now.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think I'm a part of it too. I also know the parable, so I'm moving through my
We'll take it.
memory. The older son is like, hey, hello, this
Yeah.
is my stuff.
Right.
You're now giving to him. He used it all.
Yeah.
How is that fair? And the dad's like, he's alive.
He's alive. That's right. That's right.
Because he didn't know. How was he sending messages back? They didn't have cell phones.
That's right. That's right. Man, that's good. Okay. So yeah, so here we are. So now we move to the second son. And so he's mad, like you said. And until I get my patois together, I got to get that together. We'll come back to that. So now it's time for the second session. And I don't know if you like decided to come over with me or whatever, but the second son is now in your office, or the first son. And we sit down, and then what is the process again? You do the paperwork.
Yeah, paperwork. Be like, hey, confidentiality. I'm like, hey, tell me kind of what's been going on in your life that said I really need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, my household, I feel like leaving. I'm mad.
Wow.
I'm mad.
Why? Tell me why.
My dad has lost his mind. My brother, my younger brother, my spoiled brat brother is back. I don't know. I thought I saw he was here. I
cannot confirm or deny.
Without a release of information. Well, I'm just going to tell you what I suspect, but I mean, I guess that's fine, but he doesn't deserve therapy. He doesn't deserve inheritance food. He should not even be back. So first, the gall for him to return, right? No business. He's back.
That sounds like you're really frustrated.
I am. And worse than that, Dad, he's in the house. We're inside. I think we were having, I don't remember what we were having. I don't know. What do we have there? We were eating some millet, millet bars and all dates and millet. We were having that, no manna. And he looks out the window, drops his millet all over the floor, mind you, among the servants. And I also am a part of the cleaning here sometimes.
Because it's your house.
Because it's my house. I take ownership. Mm-hmm. Okay. He drops it and runs out the door. Hikes up his
garments,
and everybody's there. The people,
Was that embarrassing for you?
It really, I didn't think about that. Yes, it was embarrassing. Everybody in the town is kind of like, they're nosy. Everybody stopped. It was chattering, talking, mules, animals, people. It was like it froze. Wow. The neighbor and everybody's looking at my dad. Embarrassing, as dads are sometimes. Pull it, and he runs out there. When this little pipsqueak should have been running to us on his face, he hikes up his pants. He has servants run out there with him instead of cleaning up the millet mess that's all over the floor. And he takes off his signet ring, which I don't know what that means. I think it's like the head of
a family. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's anybody who should be wearing that ring,
it's you.
Tink, 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 right here. And so he goes, puts him the ring, gives him shoes, and then I'm standing there and I see the servant running back.
So really, this is your stuff.
Yeah. Oh. He's giving that's my ring. Those are my shoes. I'm barefooted look, I'm barefooted right now at this session. So he's out there with my shoes. And then the servant comes running back out of breath. Get the fatted calf.
Oh, wow.
Get the fatted calf. I'm like,
you've worked really hard for that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I worked hard for that. That should have been for me.
I'm guessing you'll get some of it because I don't think he'll be able to eat it all. But
good point.
But I see your point. That would be very frustrating that you've stayed with your father. You have worked day in and day out because that's what a good son does. Yeah. And now this younger son that's gone and who knows what he's done.
Yeah.
And he's back and he gets to pick up like he never left.
Yeah. What is that?
That's frustrating.
Yeah. And I want him out. And so anyways, you wouldn't believe what Dad says.
What did he say?
He's like, why are you mad? Like, I'm like, why are we throwing a party for this guy, this loser? And he's like, well, he's here is yours anyway. It's yours, I'm like, I know, but it's not his, you know.
So why are you giving it to him if it's not his?
Yeah.
He already had his.
Yeah. So
like he had an ice cream cone and now you took mine to give it to him. He already had one.
Yeah. Now he's going to eat mine too.
Even though you have the entire ice cream factory out back.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I didn't think about that one. You just gave me a parable in a parable. That was incredible.
So I see and I validate all of this frustration because I think that is a validated emotion. Now, let me challenge you a bit.
Do you do this in sessions? Do you challenge people?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
So I was like, do you have kids?
Let's see. I'm living at home. They usually stay in the nucleus. I'm around kids. I'll just say that for sure.
But maybe not your own. Yeah. So let's imagine, though, you do have your own kids.
Okay.
And you went through all of this. I mean, your wife did the labor, so let's be honest. But you watched her birth these children, and they are your blood.
Okay.
Would you die for them?
I'd say so.
So if one leaves and you think they're dead and they come back, how would you receive them?
I mean, nothing matters but that at the moment, at least.
So do you think that's how your dad saw this as soon as he saw your brother, as annoying as he is, because he's a younger brother? So I'm giving you that.
I appreciate it.
But do you think what's the only thing on your dad's mind right now?
Is he okay? Is he being chased?
He's alive.
He's alive. He looks terrible. Looks like he hasn't had a shower in a while.
He knows you're okay.
Yeah, that's true.
He was sitting with you at breakfast.
That's true.
So he knows you're okay. He knows your life. He knows that. That doesn't take away his love for you.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that. Oh, man, I don't know. I hear what you're saying.
But it's okay if it needs to sit for a bit.
Yeah. I'm going to let that one sit.
Okay.
I'm going to let that one sit. So then naming the wound, right? Is that kind of like what you were doing just now?
Yeah. The validating, that's not fair.
Yeah.
That you have been sitting here and working and he just throws it. It seems like we're perceiving that he's just taking everything that you have worked hard and throwing it all at.
So yeah, when does love become a transaction? When I realized being good felt safer than being honest. Do you think that's a thing for that guy?
For him, the older brother?
Yeah.
When being good, I mean, yeah, I don't think he was fully honest. I think he did finally open up to his dad, be like, this isn't fair.
Yeah, at that moment. So it seems like the crisis, remember earlier we were talking about how sometimes the crisis can bring about, like the pig trough. It's like it dawns on him. And then the crisis here, he would have probably, the older son could have easily gotten away with living that way.
Yeah.
He would have made it through life. But it seems that the father, the good father, our Father in heaven, reads the heart. And so the crisis now for him, it's funny how the brothers have both crises. His is the crisis of that's mine and what is he doing? And so now all that good boy energy is like he's turning and something that needs to be addressed.
So I see it. And so as someone that came to this church out of it, I mean, I was still an Adventist, but we moved to this church. This church has a lot of families in this church. And so it's hard sometimes to feel like you have moved into a church when there's a lot of connection already there. And that can be very hard. And I would think that that's probably what the younger one's like, oh no, I can't go back, all of that. But so I see it kind of like that. What happens if we get new members and everyone surrounding them, trying to support them? So other members maybe have been there the whole time, like, hey, I've put in my dues. I show up for all of these things. I do this. Why am I not getting the attention?
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, that's real. That's real. I mean, how do you deal with that stuff? That's because, in community on such a bigger scale, like those, I bet those feelings happen all the time.
Oh, I mean, I've dealt with some of them, even in mine. It's like, it's hard to feel like, okay, how am I going to fit in here?
Yeah.
When I don't have family here to help connect me in a way.
Yeah, that then happens all the time, I bet. Wow. That's good perspective. So yeah, where do you feel that you fall in? Like you said, the outskirts person, kind of like on the outside looking in, feeling connected, feeling a part of the community, and new ones coming in. So then another aspect, what scares you about grace? And I guess that's directed towards the second son. Do you think he was scared of grace?
Definitely.
Why do you say?
Well, when you have shame, grace is scary because it kind of takes all of that and like, hey, you are enough.
Oh,
But
I
when you
see.
don't feel like you're enough, you are fighting your own internal battle. If you're like, no, I'm like, no, but I am saying you are.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
you're
good.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's really good. Yeah. So if you've ever been the strong one in church, if you've ever been praised but not known, this part of a story has to do maybe with you, maybe, or me, or whoever. So the father doesn't scold, he invites. Both sons struggled with secure attachment. One ran from control, one hid inside. The trauma wasn't the leaving or the staying, it was conditional belonging. And so what do you feel about that, conditional belonging?
Well, I think a lot of people feel like, I actually was just talking about this with a client, how transactional, especially women, when we're younger and we make choices, whether to be sexual with somebody, we feel like if we do this, we'll get love. That transactional. And what happens if we start, unfortunately, it's not just women, but there's that belonging desire to feel loved. And so when that happens, I mean, teen guys, we already know that's a struggle for other reasons, but I mean, you have that transaction. And so then we start to believe, oh, well, if we do this, but sometimes guys start learning, oh, if I give them affection, if I give them this, then I'll get this back.
Man, there's so many
transactions. And it's just like, oh my word. Like, it's hard. It hurts because, I mean, I was in that place as a teenager, and you start feeling like, okay, I'm only loved for this. I'm not loved for who I actually am.
Which son is that? Is that the older or the younger?
Oof. I think that's the third son.
No, you're right. The third son, the third daughter, the son. Yeah. Wow.
They're probably our daughters, but they don't talk about women as much in the Bible,
You're
unfortunately.
right. We should say sons and daughters, guys. We're gonna modernize.
Obviously, like Deborah, and we have some big names in there, but Mary.
I'm only loved. I want to remember that phrase. I'm only loved for what? For what
if I can do something, or if I can give something. That is that deep shame feeling of like, I can only be good enough for something if I give something.
I think that's my message. No. Okay, there you have it, friends. That's terrible. I just got a therapy session. I'll pay you in banana peels. No.
You can bring me an energy drink. I'll always accept those.
Now, will you accept one that you've never had before?
I will try it.
You'll try it.
Now, if it has like weird, like a root of something, some roots are actually good. Like, but I'll try it.
You immediately actually cut off a category I was thinking, but that's okay, because that one's kind of weird to me too. Because sometimes I go to like Asian markets and they'll have like a root in it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If it has anything that looks like a bug, I'm out.
Yeah. So we're not doing that. But yes, I'm endeavoring to find something you haven't tried yet.
Okay.
So that's what's going to happen. Yes. Wow, that's great. I didn't think to arrive, because I was still trying to figure out which son I was. I'm going to have to really flesh that out in my head, what that means then. Because I didn't leave, or did I leave? Would I've stayed or left or both?
I think obviously some of it can be metaphor. I don't know that you have to physically leave the church to have left the church or the faith. Point. I think sometimes again, but that's the part that is hard. There's, I think, probably a part of 1 and 2 in both of us, on all of us.
Yeah. That's why
I was saying there's a third.
There's a third, the third son, the step, the one that
they make it very clear in this where one is in this and one leaves, but I think a lot of us are the third where we're sitting there, but we're really not there.
Yeah. Wow. Oh man. Come back to church. I'm coming back to church. Okay, here we go. Church, here we go. So then the question, I guess, towards the end is, which son do you resonate with? I think we just kind of said that for me. Did you say you resonated with one particularly, or?
I've always been, I think this is where it's like, I think I've kind of been that third child, because there's been times where I'm like, I'm going to the church, not every week, but I am there. And it's just like, okay, and I am participating, but I'm not fully in it. And that's the hard part. It's just like, because where my own holdup is in connection. And if I do not feel connected with certain people, I really, really struggle to be present sometimes.
No, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And I find that with I'd say with myself as well. Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's the biggest part of it. So yeah, so there's those two. Where has church been safe or painful? Would you say there's a safe space in church experience for you, or
I have. I mean, this is a great example of a safe space for me, of us being able to talk about these things. I mean, I don't feel judged. Hopefully you don't feel judged on your side.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I appreciate you giving space for that. No, I do not feel judged. Although some of this stuff really does pertain to me a lot.
You picked this topic, by the way. I just had it on a list.
I did?
Yeah, you're like, hey, I want this one.
That's good. You're right. She's right.
I just make a list of things, and you're like, hey, I kind of like, am I all right?
Yeah. And I saw you added a new one. It was kind of like a mixture.
Yeah, because, okay, I'm cross-stitching. And I was like, ooh, this is a good play on words. God is in this cross-stitch. Devil's in the details. God's in the details. Ooh.
Yeah, God in the cross-stitch.
Because this is how, I don't really want to give it away, but...
Oh, yeah. Okay, should I not? Should we just do this off air here? Okay,
yeah, probably. Okay. That way we can, give them. But that I really want to be a title of one of our podcasts. Okay. I'll tell you after.
All right. Sorry, guys. You got to keep watching. Keep listening wherever you're at. But and then, this is one of your questions. What does grace feel like in your body? Can you even say that? Is that possible?
Okay. So let's imagine. So let's say that you were talking with somebody and you thought that they said something else, and then you left and you're like, and then you just misunderstood what they meant. And maybe you were supposed to go pick something up for an event. Okay. And you get there and you don't bring what you didn't realize. You're like, uh-oh, I didn't realize that was today. And they're like, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll just pivot and we're going to do this instead. Okay. So one, you probably have the immediate oh crap, I forgot.
Yeah.
But then you're like, you know what? Actually, we're going to just change this and it's okay. It's really okay. Now it's up to us if we could still be going over that shame. I'm such a bad person. Yeah, I always forget everything, but they just gave you grace. How are you going to accept that?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's going to be.
When we fully feel it in my mind, when we really, this morning I was praying because the kids were arguing and I'm just like, guys, can we please stop and just pray? You guys have both been sick this weekend. You've been stuck in the house. It's just been gross. And I can hear you guys bickering and it's setting me on edge, honestly. The dogs are arguing and biking So I was like, can we please just pray? And Kaylin huffs, yeah. And Aiden's like, okay. I'm so I just pray. I'm like, Lord, please, can you just bring peace to us today? Because I just need that and help Aiden and Kaylin. They've been sick and all of that. Yeah. And so afterwards, I had this sense just kind of wash over me of peace. And the kids, they started not arguing. And they're Kaylin even asked for a hug. That's a big deal for Aiden. Physical contact from the older sister.
You remind me of something. Is the prayer portion of our show. So we want to definitely do that with you.
Yes, because we forgot last time.
We did. And if you have anything that you would like to pray about or something on your heart, I love that you brought prayer into a real time. Usually you go to the refrigerator if you need something. There's the go-to for anything. But when you realize there's pandemonium and you're like, the first thing you're like, let's pray. Or maybe you tried everything and then you're like, let's pray. But the fact that God gave you peace, I feel like is a promise from the word of God that you can have a peace that passes all understanding.
Jeremiah 29 also is my 11.
Tell me more.
For I know the way, the plans for you, saith the Lord, plans for prosper, not to harm. Yeah. And I all the time in so many different things. I'm like, Lord, you promised me not to harm me. That doesn't mean my own choices won't. So let's caveat with that. We have natural consequences to our choices here. Absolutely. Second Prodigal Son is a great example of that. Yeah. But I think that being able to, God sees the bigger picture, whether we did. Now, in the Prodigal Son, I don't know that he necessarily did. He knew he loved his son. And I'm sure in his mind, he's like, if he ever comes back, I am wrapping him up as quickly as I ever can. Yeah. But God doesn't keep you captive. His father didn't keep him captive.
Wow. I feel like that's a manna moment right now. We're talking about the Father, and we're talking about the fact that he honors. He's a gentleman. He doesn't kick the door down and make you love him and make you. He gives you a choice.
Can you imagine that amount of shame and grace that second son was probably feeling?
Oh man!
Like, oh my goodness, oh no, I don't deserve this, but oh my goodness, like he loves me, like that. Yeah. And that's the thing. We are such complicated beings. We can feel it all at the same time.
Oh man.
But we have to sit with it. We have to learn to be like, because a lot of my feelings are in my chest, like, but anxiety, gut. Yes. It's like, but sometimes it cannot be up here too. Or if I really have a hard time talking or I need to communicate with someone, I feel sick to my stomach and then it sits right here. I need to speak, but it's hard. And so like, I can only imagine the prodigal son was feeling it all. Hunger, obviously. So growling. Is like, is the shame? I don't know. But then I would imagine he's walking, he sees his father, and it all starts here. And then it is all here.
Yeah. And they don't like
he's trying not to cry because it's not manly. Oh, hello. I'm sorry, but that father was probably crying his eyes out as he's running. Please don't trip.
Please don't trip. That's right. Please don't trip. Man, I think that would make me sick. Like to think that I wanted the resource over the relationship, and he was proving to me now that I want both. The relationship is what creates it, what allows for resource.
And the second son has nothing at this point. Yeah. Nothing, but his father still wanted him back. Yeah. He just proved to himself that all those ghosty friends.
Yeah, those camely ghosty friends. Yeah.
Were like nothing, but his dad is accepting him back with nothing.
With nothing.
Less than nothing.
Imagine being loved for nothing. I don't know if that makes sense. Imagine being
There's
loved.
no transaction.
Yeah, no transaction.
You're just accepted, loved, no matter what, in your rags, everything.
I feel that we're talking about feelings in my eyes right now. I don't know if that's tears, but that makes me.
It could. That to me is just the epitome of knowing God's love. And that to me, just kind of expands in all the areas.
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. Guys, what an episode. That really means a lot to me. Imagine somebody loving you just as you are. I mean, he'll meet you where you're at, but he doesn't leave you there, of course, because we're always so concerned about our transformation and being better people and being. That's why we have so much shame and so much, guilt and fear, and we want to meet an expectation, and it's like God creates a container, and it's crazy. That's why the message of salvation is so important, because I was thinking to myself, I was just talking to somebody in this very space about the gospel, and we hear it over and over, and we talk about it over and over, and it's like, yeah, Jesus died on the cross, but I realized at that meeting that the reason why he had to die for all sin, for all time, is so that you could enter into the space, instead of the space of reeling about, am I good enough? Am I loved for who I am? Or I only want the resource, or I apart from relationship, you reel and you spend the majority of your life. Whereas when you finally realize what he did for you and how far reaching and complete it is, now you can move into the space of relationship, because it's hard. When you with your spouse, you're like, I told you that. So now when you do it, it's like,
doesn't feel like it means anything because I already told you. You should just know.
You should just know. And that's exactly right. And I may have heard that in my home a time or two.
That's when we have to give our husbands grace, because they don't.
We're so bad.
No, you're not bad. Your just brain does not think that way.
We're working on it, in the new heaven, in the new earth.
You will know all these things.
And we're changing, hopefully, as we're walking towards that time. But yeah, so it's like I told you already. It's like that's how kind of what it is. It's like we sinned against the Father, we sinned against each other, and it's like now we're in our heads, and we're like, it's about us and how bad we are, how shameful we are, and
we're going over and over, and we need to okay, please take this.
Yeah. And how I'm going to fix it. Because I don't deserve anything. So I'm going to fix it myself.
The work strand, the transaction.
The transaction again. And then, like you said, here, take it. And what I want to say to you as we close is, what if it was possible to be loved for, who you are? And with no transaction, that that the gift that God is offering through his son, Jesus.
No makeup,
Yeah.
no expensive clothes,
Yeah.
no nothing, none of that.
Yeah.
All of the grossness that we have.
Yeah, in your most your worst form. He loves you. What if that was possible? What if it was true?
It is.
Would you
What's the
take it?
wonderful
She
thing?
done took it. She ripped it open. She tore it open. She's like, I'll take it. Won't you take it today? Won't you take it? Because it's true. Just like my sister said.
We won't force it. God's not going to force it.
Yeah, he's not going to force it. So if you're not ready right now, God's got time. And he's going to walk with you, but at least you heard it. You heard it and it's in your head and you're like, what if? You're playing with the idea. Give it a shot. Taste and see.
And hold on, I don't know that he's messaged back, but I don't think he would care.
Oh, yeah, we should do this. Oh, check this out.
Okay, so
I wonder if we can play it for the service.
it's very, I don't know that the whole song's done. That's the thing.
Really, even just
I don't know, like,
if you can get permission.
so
Okay.
you can definitely. So he calls me a sister from another mister. I call him a brother from another mother. His name's Keith Jenkins, but he does a lot of music on the side. A lot of it has to do, and there's one actually that he just posted a little snippet on. I'll have to see if I can find it. He has it on his Facebook, and I'm pretty sure it's public, so
Nice.
I think he'll be okay with this. But it's just a snippet. Yeah. So
Oh, that's so good.
I'm
I'm on
and
my
it's
way back
called
home
For
tonight.
the Prodigal.
For the prodigal.
So for the
Oh.
ones who walked away but God never left, it's time to go home.
Whoa.
Keith,
Oh my
we
God.
love it.
Yes.
We love it.
Give us more. Encore. Encore. Yeah. And it's got a good, good
does.
tune. Oh. It feels like you've been wandering in the desert or in the wastelands. And
Yeah.
it's like,
I mean, it does have that country
Yeah.
cowboy hat
Yeah.
on it. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's so good.
yeah, that feels right. Oh, goodness. Well, here we go, guys. Well,
Are we going to pray?
wrong one. You're right. Guys, we want to pray with you. And so, yeah, leave your prayer requests. We'll come to them in the next episode.
We
is
need
it-
to look. We need to remember
That
to
is
look.
true. Yeah, we will. We're going to have to look. We're going to make sure to look. But I want to pray for your family, the healing health
Yes.
thing. I want to pray for the prodigal in me as I have moments now where I recognize that I'm loved for who I am, but I still, when I show up in the world with people, I believe they're my friends,
Mm-hmm.
or they're married to me, or they deal with me because of what I produce and make and give and do.
Instead of just being you.
Just being me. Yeah. Well, that's horribly sad. Okay. But I claim by faith,
Yes.
just like how that time you had that prayer, by faith, I say, thank you, God, that is not the reality of what you say or what you think. And so I am taking what you say about me. to be
Help
mine.
take our interpretation from
Yeah.
the lens we've experienced, take that away,
Oh, I love that word.
and give his interpretation
Oh.
to us.
Give me your thoughts, feelings, and motives. Give me your interpretation of me. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay. All right. Do you want me to pray or you pray?
You can.
Okay, I'll pray. Here we go. Heavenly Father, what an opportunity we've had today. I think about this parable that I think I've heard plenty, but just want to give you all the honor and the glory that whatever son we are, even the one we don't talk about, the one on the outskirts, the one that's still out, the one that's returning, the one that stayed, the one that's upset. It seems like you're not intimidated by our anger or our negligence or our rejection of you. And so, Lord, I confess that I have at times and even do now reject your love just with my own interpretation of what I think of myself. So, Lord, I ask that you would remove that thought of how I see myself and to receive how you see me. And the same for those that are out there listening and seeing this, and pray the same for my sister here, for her family, for my family. And Lord, just want to pray for the general health of her family and herself, to maintain strength as we enter into the rest of this week, and praying for safety, guidance, and protection. Lord, we're praying for those who are putting things in the comments that are in need of your rescue, of your love, of your patience, of your sacrifice. We thank you and ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. I keep hitting this thing. Okay, there it is.
Do we have to do the music?
Oh, yeah. Hold on, guys. We got to do the music thing. Here we go. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Oh, good save. Good save. I was so distracted by the prayer. Oh, that was incredible. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Fred.
This is Julie.
And we're here with
Mind, Mana.
and the Maker. Talk to you next time. Hang in there. Be good. Drive safe. Talk to you next time.
I do too. Do a lot.